Hello, I'm Dr. Chen, a neurotologist specializing in age-related hearing conditions. If you're like millions of others, you might be noticing those subtle changes, having to turn up the TV volume, struggling to follow conversations in noisy restaurants, or missing the gentle sounds that once brought joy to your life. Many believe this is just an inevitable part of aging, but I'm here to share something that might surprise you. Let me tell you about James, a 62-year-old musician who came to my clinic last year. He was on the verge of giving up his lifelong passion because he couldn't distinguish subtle musical notes anymore. His hearing loss wasn't just affecting his career, it was devastating his personal life. But using the 4 simple techniques I'm about to share, James experienced a remarkable transformation. Within 6 months, he was back to performing and teaching music with renewed confidence. I know what you might be thinking. Another miracle cure? I was equally skeptical when I first encountered these methods during my fellowship at Johns Hopkins. But after 15 years of clinical practice and countless success stories, I can confidently say these techniques are backed by solid scientific research. Before we dive into the science and specifics, comment below where in the world you're watching from. What makes these techniques so effective is that they address the root causes of age-related hearing loss. We're not just talking about volume loss. We're looking at the entire auditory system, from tiny hair cells in your inner ear to crucial neural pathways in your brain. The fascinating part? Much of this deterioration is preventable and even reversible with the right approach. Take Sarah, another patient who recovered 40% of her hearing loss using these methods. She came to me frustrated after trying countless conventional treatments. Like many, she thought hearing aids were her only option. But within weeks of implementing these techniques, she noticed significant improvements in her ability to distinguish speech, especially in crowded places. I'm going to share 4 game-changing strategies. A specialized auditory exercise that's like physical therapy for your ears. A precise combination of micronutrients that protect and regenerate auditory cells. A revolutionary breathing technique that improves blood flow to your inner ear. And a crucial lifestyle adjustment that most hearing specialists never mention. The key is understanding that our hearing system is remarkably resilient, capable of healing and adapting at any age. Whether you're experiencing hearing changes now or want to prevent future loss, these techniques could transform your auditory health forever. Let's start with the first technique, which I call frequency training. This method stems from groundbreaking research showing that our auditory system can be strengthened like a muscle. Just as physical exercise builds strength, specific sound exercises can enhance our hearing capacity. Here's how it works. Throughout the day, our ears process thousands of sound frequencies, but age-related hearing loss typically begins with higher frequencies, the ones that make speech clear and crisp. By systematically exposing our ears to specific frequency patterns, we can actually stimulate the regeneration of auditory hair cells and strengthen neural connections. I witnessed this transformation with Elena, a 65-year-old teacher who was considering early retirement because she couldn't hear her students clearly. Using this frequency training technique for just 10 minutes twice daily, she noticed significant improvements within 3 weeks. It was like someone gradually turning up the clarity, not just the volume, she told me. The second technique involves targeted nutrition for your auditory system. Most people don't realize that hearing loss is often accelerated by nutritional deficiencies. Your inner ear requires specific nutrients to maintain its delicate structures and function optimally. I've identified 3 critical micronutrients that work synergistically to protect and repair auditory cells. Think of it like maintaining a high-performance engine. You need the right fuel and maintenance to keep it running smoothly. Your inner ear is actually one of the most metabolically active parts of your body, requiring a constant supply of specific nutrients to function properly. Michael, a 70-year-old grandfather, combined these first two techniques after struggling with hearing loss for years. I was skeptical at first, he admits, but after following Dr. Chen's protocol for 2 months, I can now hear my grandchildren's whispers again. It's like someone cleaned a foggy window I didn't even know was there. What makes these methods particularly effective is their cumulative impact. While each technique works independently, their combination creates a synergistic effect that can significantly accelerate hearing improvement. It's like orchestrating a symphony. Each element plays its part in creating the full experience of better hearing. Let me introduce you to the third technique, what I call the vagal breathing method. This might sound surprising, but how you breathe can significantly impact your hearing. The vagus nerve, which runs from your brain to your major organs, plays a crucial role in regulating blood flow to your inner ear. When this blood flow is optimized, your auditory system receives more oxygen and nutrients, enhancing its function and repair capabilities. Robert, a 75-year-old patient, was particularly skeptical about this breathing technique. How could breathing exercises possibly help my hearing, he asked. But after incorporating this method into his daily routine, he noticed not just improved hearing, but better overall alertness and cognitive function. Within 6 months, he was able to reduce his reliance on hearing aids significantly. The technique involves a specific pattern of breathing that activates your vagus nerve. It's simple but precise. Inhale slowly for 4 counts, hold for 7, and exhale for 8. The key is to practice this in a quiet environment where you can focus on gentle sounds around you. This combination of controlled breathing and focused listening creates a powerful synergy for auditory rehabilitation. What makes this method so effective is its dual action. It improves blood flow to your auditory system while simultaneously reducing stress hormones that can damage delicate inner ear structures. Think of it as creating the perfect environment for your hearing cells to heal and function optimally. I've observed remarkable results when patients combine this breathing technique with the previous methods we discussed. Maria, a 68-year-old who had given up on social gatherings due to hearing difficulties, found that this comprehensive approach made a dramatic difference. It's not just about hearing better, she shared. It's about feeling more connected to the world around me. The science behind this is fascinating. Recent studies have shown that improved vagal tone through controlled breathing can enhance the function of your cochlea, the spiral-shaped cavity in your inner ear that converts sound waves into nerve signals. This enhancement leads to better sound processing and clearer hearing. What's particularly exciting is how accessible this technique is. Unlike expensive treatments or complicated procedures, this is something you can practice anywhere, anytime. Many of my patients report that incorporating these breathing exercises into their daily routine has become a peaceful ritual they look forward to. Now, let me share the fourth and perhaps most surprising technique, what I call the neural reset protocol. This method addresses a commonly overlooked aspect of hearing loss, the brain's auditory processing centers. You see, hearing doesn't just happen in your ears. It's a complex process that involves significant brain activity. This protocol involves a simple 3-minute exercise that retrains your brain's ability to process sound. It starts with gentle tapping on specific points around your ears while focusing on environmental sounds. This stimulation helps strengthen the neural pathways between your ears and brain. Let me share Patricia's story. At 71, she had resigned herself to a life of limited social interaction due to severe hearing difficulties. Even with high-end hearing aids, she struggled to follow conversations. After learning the neural reset protocol, she noticed improvements within just 2 weeks. It's like my brain suddenly remembered how to make sense of sounds again, she explained. The science behind this is remarkable. Research shows that our brain's auditory processing centers can become lazy over time, especially when dealing with hearing loss. This protocol essentially wakes them up, creating new neural connections and strengthening existing ones. Here's the crucial part. Timing is everything with this technique. You'll want to perform it when your environment is relatively quiet, ideally in the morning or evening. Start by identifying the 3 key pressure points around each ear. Using your index and middle fingers, apply gentle, rhythmic tapping while focusing on any ambient sounds you can hear. What makes this method particularly effective is its compounding effect when combined with the other techniques we've discussed. Think of it as completing a circuit. The frequency training strengthens your inner ear. The nutritional support provides necessary building blocks. The breathing technique improves blood flow, and this protocol optimizes your brain's ability to process the incoming signals. I've seen remarkable results when patients commit to this comprehensive approach. Take David, a 69-year-old retired teacher who had given up on his beloved bird-watching hobby because he could no longer hear the subtle calls. After 3 months of following all 4 techniques, he was back in nature, identifying birds by their songs again. Remember, consistency is key with these methods. While some patients notice improvements within weeks, the most dramatic results come from dedicated daily practice over several months. It's like learning to play an instrument. Progress comes from regular, focused practice. Let me emphasize something crucial. These techniques aren't just about regaining lost hearing. They're about protecting and enhancing your auditory health for the long term. Think of it as creating a shield that protects your hearing while simultaneously strengthening it. Let's quickly review the 4 key techniques we've covered. First, the frequency training that rebuilds your ear's sensitivity to specific sound ranges. Second, the targeted nutritional protocol that provides essential building blocks for auditory cell repair. Third, the vagal breathing method that optimizes blood flow to your inner ear. And fourth, the neural reset protocol that retrains your brain's sound processing abilities. I want you to start implementing these techniques today. Begin with the breathing exercises. They're simple yet powerful. Then gradually incorporate the other methods. Remember, consistency matters more than perfection. Even a few minutes daily can lead to significant improvements over time. What truly excites me is seeing patients regain not just their hearing, but their confidence and joy in life. Like Thomas, who recently told me, "Dr. Chen, I'm not just hearing better, I'm living better. I'd forgotten how much I missed the sound of rain on my window." Before we wrap up, I want to remind you that it's never too late to start caring for your hearing. Whether you're in your 40s and noticing the first signs of hearing changes, or in your 70s with more significant hearing loss, these techniques can help. Next week, I'll be sharing more advanced strategies for protecting your hearing health, including some surprising environmental factors that might be affecting your ears right now. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. Remember, your hearing is precious, and you have more control over it than you might think. I'm Dr. Sarah Chen, and I'm committed to helping you maintain healthy hearing at any age. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.